Welcome all of you in online teaching learning process. We have started unit number 3, metals, semiconductors and superconductors, from the paper number 9 in organic chemistry. And in our last video we have seen, that is, theories of bonding in metals, in which we have studied free electron theory and molecular orbital theory, that is band theory. And in this video we will see details about the classification of solids as conductor, insulators and semiconductor on the basis of band theory. So in this video we will see details about classification of solids. Classification of materials, that is classification of solid materials, that is based on band theory. Solids can be classified into 3 categories. That is, first one, that is solids are categorized as insulators, then semiconductors and conductors. That is, there are mainly 3 types of solids: conductor, semiconductor and insulator, which is based on band theory. So this is the classification of solids. First, in the case of metals which act as a conductor, so in this case the valence band and conduction band overlapped with each other, so there is no gap between valence band and conduction band, so these are the conductors. So all metals are conductors, so there is a overlapping of valence band and conduction band takes place. But in case of semiconductor, valence band fully or partially filled and conduction band empty or partially filled, and there is a small energy gap between valence band and conduction band, so these are the semiconductors. And lastly, in case of insulator, valence band and conduction band, there is a large energy gap between these two bands, valence band and conduction band, so they are insulators. So these are the main 3 types of solids: metals, semiconductors and insulators. As we have seen in previous slide, that is, in the case of conductor, valence band and conduction band, they are overlapped with each other, so there is no energy gap between valence band and conduction band. But in semiconductor, in case of valence band and conduction band, there is a small gap or Fermi energy level, small energy level. But in case of insulator, valence band and conduction band, there is a large energy gap between these 2 bands. So this is the band theory of solids. On that theory, the classification of solid takes place. So these are the energy bands in solids: conductors, semiconductors and last one, insulators. So in the case of conductor, that is, they are overlapped, valence band and conduction band overlapped with each other. So energy level diagram of conductor that shows the overlapped valence and conduction band, thus having large electrical conductivity. So in case of conductor, there is a large electrical conductivity is possible because the overlapping of valence band and conduction band takes place, as like this diagram. But in case of insulator, that is valence band and conduction band, there is a large energy gap, so this gap is called as forbidden energy gap. Energy level diagram of insulator showing that large band gap between valence band and conduction band, as like this diagram. So classification of material on the basis of band theory. First one we have studied, that is conductor. So in the case of conductor, conductors are those material which offer least resistance to electrical current. They have high electrical conductivity because there is no energy gap between valence band and conduction band. Here conduction band is overlapped with valence band, so large number of electrons can jump from valence band to conduction band with the application of small potential difference. So electrons can be easily moved from valence band to conduction band, and they show large amount of or higher amount of electrical conductivity as compared to other one. So these are the conductors, because there is no energy gap between valence band and conduction band, so electrical conductivity easily possible. So this is about the conductor. Then next, that is semiconductor. What is semiconductor? Semiconductor material are those material whose resistivity lies between conductor and insulator. That is, semiconductor we have we have in between conductor and insulator. In semiconductor, valence band is full of electrons while conduction band is empty, but in this case energy gap is very small. With the application of small potential difference, electron can jump from valence band to conduction band. That is, when we provide small amount of energy, then due to small energy gap between valence band and conduction band, electrons from valence band easily transferred to conduction band, and it shows electrical conductivity because there is a small forbidden gap available. So semiconductors show electrical conductivity when energy is supplied, but in case of conductor there is no any amount of energy required. And lastly, in case of insulator, that is, insulators are those material in which we cannot pass the electrical current easily. In insulator, conduction band remain empty while valence band has many electrons. In this case, forbidden energy gap between valence band and conduction band is quite large, so it is not easy to conduct electrical current through them. In case of insulator, valence band fully filled of electron and conduction band is empty, and there is a large energy gap between valence band and conduction band. When we supply energy, then electron cannot move from valence band to conduction band easily, so it does not show electrical conductivity. So this is large forbidden gap band available in case of valence band and conduction band. So this is the energy bands of solids as we have discussed. In case of conductor, the overlapping of valence band and conduction band is possible. In semiconductor, small energy gap between valence band and conduction band, and in insulator there is a large energy gap between valence band and conduction band. So in summary, that is, in conductors, according to band theory, in conductors there is a no energy gap in between valence band and conduction band. Little electrical or thermal energy can promote the electrons from valence band to conduction band. Thus this solid can conduct electricity and heat. Increase in the number of electrons in valence band increases the conductivity. So there is a overlapping of valence band and conduction band possible. So this is the energy band diagram for conductors. In case of insulator, according to band theory, in insulator there is a large energy gap between valence band and conduction band. Due to this large energy gap, the electrons cannot be promoted from valence band to conduction band. Thus they are not conductors of electricity and heat. The large energy gap is known as forbidden band. So this is the large forbidden band available in between valence band and conduction band, and it does not show electrical conductivity, so they are insulators. So this is the energy band diagram for insulator. And in case of semiconductor, semiconductors show properties in between conductors and insulators. They are insulators at absolute zero temperature, but their conductivity increases with rise in temperature. At absolute zero it acts as an insulator, but when we increase the temperature of that material, then it shows electrical conductivity. So these substances are called as semiconductor substances. So according to band theory, in semiconductor there is a small energy gap between valence band and conduction band. As low temperature, the thermal energy of electron is insufficient to overcome the energy gap. If the electrons in valence band acquire some energy, when we provide some energy, then they can be easily promoted to conduction band and can conduct electrical and heat energy. So there is a small energy gap between valence band and conduction band available. When we provide energy, then electrons easily transferred from valence band to conduction band, and these substances show electrical conductivity. So this is the energy bands in semiconductor. So thank you all of you for listening this video.